Yeah, man. Oh man, nothing like a nice cold brew after a long day. Just to come to my second job right here at the Flagrant Two with X and Lou.
I'm Lou. That's X.
I could be X today. I got the pretty eyes. But yeah, man. I guess we could just get straight into this.
What's the ticker not tick? Oh, there you go.
There we go. There we go. In season of success. Ooh, I mean, was it? Was it? Was it just for LeBron to win? You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. There's a stat up, right? That
Yeah.
that the Pacers had a harder, like I guess, schedule in order to get
Yeah.
to the finals, and the Lakers had like a kind of like a little cakewalk to get to the finals. They didn't play a lot of good teams, but the thing is, I mean, you play who's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't make that up. But they won. I mean, does it diminish LeBron's legacy in some way? Because I think a lot of people are gonna say this is like the bubble, the bubble championship. You know?
I mean, yeah, if we thinking about legacies and all of that, we could talk that, but it's just like, all right, this is a new thing. It's not gonna affect anybody's legacy until later on if it keeps going about and actually becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And everybody talk about this rig, LeBron, this, that, and the third.
It is
And
rigged.
like look, the
You
Knicks
telling
lost.
me a team that was averaging like 130 points coming in to the finals couldn't even get to 100?
I mean, when you look at the game, they actually played a great defensive
No, they did. They did.
game. They was sending two people at Halliburton all game, getting the ball out of his hand.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, the Pacers thought it was the better idea to be like, all right, cool. Since they blitzing and they're getting the ball out of his hand, let's give somebody else the ball and use Halliburton as off ball. But the problem with the team is you don't have anybody on the other guard side who's going to truly make plays for Halliburton or the rest of the team like that. You become like a heliocentric type of team with him that he makes all the plays for everybody that nobody else, like there's people who can make plays, but they don't make plays at that elite level or make anything truly happen but Halliburton.
That's a tough thing because if you limit your best player, and the best player clearly is Halliburton, you limit him success and points and other, like there has to be other factors. There has to be other X factor, and I think that it wasn't just Halliburton that they limited, because when you talk about X factor, you talk about like Batman's Robin. If Halliburton is Batman, the Robins here would be it would be what's his face?
They don't have a solidified Robin. I ain't gonna lie.
But you could argue that two of them, the two that are jeez, man. I don't know why I'm
forgetting their names.
Yeah, I'm forgetting names
I don't
right
even
now.
know who you're talking about.
I'm messing up, right?
It's
You know
only
what I'm
like
talking about,
Obi
but
Toppin, it's Matherin, it's Buddy Hield.
well, yeah,
it's
but what I'm thinking
Turner.
is Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. So those are your two Robins. No, outside of the Halliburton, arguably those two guys would be the best two guys next, on that team.
Yeah, but
And then you don't have any. Then you didn't get anything from your bench. You didn't get anything. I mean, Nesmith has been giving you quality minutes. Mathurin has been giving you quality minutes. Bruce Brown has been giving you quality two-way minutes.
Yeah,
and you didn't get anything from anybody else.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a tough. It was just a tough matchup with them because at the end of the day, you sit here and say Miles Turner. Miles Turner just didn't show up. He had lost a little bit of confidence. Their game plan was to blitz Halliburton, and they left Miles Turner wide open. Miles Turner was like 1 for 5 or 2 for 5.
Right.
His shot just wasn't hitting. If his shot was hitting, it would have changed the trajectory of that game because now they can't just keep fully sending two at him and just leaving Miles Turner to shoot if he's hot. That's also like, well, we're gonna talk about it later, but that's also like the Dante Exum effect of last night. If they're hitting, that
Mhm.
game plan has to go out the window or you're going to end up losing. And that's what happened. You say the Robin was supposed to be a Buddy Hield or a Miles Turner. Those people get off on people making plays for them,
Yeah, but I
not just
mean,
them getting the ball. You got to
I-
understand, Buddy Hield works best when he's running off screens. He's doing things, getting his open shots created by Halliburton. And the
but
same
that's
thing
the
with
thing.
Miles Turner.
But that's the thing. That's exactly the point though. It's they had the right motions and everything. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now. Buddy Hill played 32 minutes and went 3 for 11 from the field. Miles Turner played 25 minutes and went 3 for 11 from the field. Also
Yeah,
shooting 1
but
of 5 from the 3. Buddy
all right,
Hill
it's
2
not
for
like
9
you.
from the 3.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a sec with you. It sounds like you just reading off stats and you ain't see that game fully because literally those
No, I
shots that
mean,
they would take away shots that they don't normally get out of the flow of that
but that's the
offense.
thing though. That's the thing. Because when you watch the game, when
Mhm.
if there's things that's not working that usually do work, what do? You adjust. You
Yeah, but
make
the thing about this
necessary
team,
adjustments.
they're still technically new, so their adjustments that they got to make is something that they got to. This is the start of them making adjustments. Now they can look at this game and make adjustments because nobody at the beginning, even everybody running through the team, you think a good defensive team in the Celtics,
Yeah, in
if
Boston.
they just let Buddy Hill do what he want, the Bucks they're slipping defense. They was last year probably better with Drew. And then Drew was there too. Drew Holiday was there too, getting burnt from the Celtics.
He
So
was
it's
he
like
was he was
Drew
getting work.
probably wouldn't even change anything if he was on the Bucks.
Yeah.
And it's just like at the end of the day, like, come on. It's just like this defense, he's never faced a defense this long, athletic, and had this many athletes who could really move around the court like that. And then
Yeah.
like we got to talk about it. The AD, the grizzly bear out there. I don't know what to say, but that face he was making was, you know what I mean? He was really out there for
Nah, he was
blood.
working. He was working.
And
He wanted it.
him,
But I
you can
felt like
never adjust for AD because AD is one of a kind.
I felt like he kind of got snubbed at the MVP. Like I get LeBron was working prior to it, but I mean, if we're talking about the MVP of the finals of like, because are we talking about the MVP of the entire tournament? Or are we talking about the MVP of the tournament championship? You know what I'm saying? Because if we're talking about just the tournament championship, AD should have got it, hands
But
down.
that's where we going into it with a playoff mindset. In the playoffs, it's like, all right, cool. Whoever performs in the finals performs in the finals. But guess what? The finals is you got a guaranteed 4 games
Yeah.
that you're playing just in the finals. This is just a 1 game throughout the all.
So you're
So
taking a
now you
whole
got to take
instead
the
of okay.
collective because 1 game is just like at the end of the day, we got to think about it. Let's say Rui Hachimura had a crazy game. Are we going to give it to Rui over LeBron or AD?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they're saying that it's rigged because
No, it's
LeBron.
not rigged. You understand? LeBron was like
I
one of
mean,
the
wait,
best
but
players throughout.
AD was working this entire tournament
He
too, though.
was too, but at the end of the day, it's just like you got to think about it. Andre Iguodala, Steph Curry, we all, even though he won that in 2015, nobody truly sits there and say, yo, Iguodala is a finals MVP. We think of it as Steph Curry's. I don't care what you say.
Right.
Why? Because Steph Curry was the one who was killing.
So you
So it's
think
just
that
like,
so you think
I,
that they
I,
just
I
gave it to LeBron to give it to him then? Because I
no,
mean,
I think
in my
LeBron
opinion,
had
I
a
think AD deserves it too.
fantastic, but LeBron had a fantastic run. Like it could be up in the air depending on how you feel. It's just like everybody thinks of that last game, but at the end of the day, LeBron had a great run himself.
Yeah, no, he did.
AD had a good run himself too, but it just we thinking of that 1 game, we were like, damn, that's a monster game. That's
Yeah,
the last impression of the tournament. So now you're like, yo, he probably deserved that. But like we said, everybody want to set the precedent of it being rigged. This LeBron, but I ain't gonna lie, it kind of sets it down the line for that MVP trophy of that tournament if it gets bigger to be called the LeBron in season tournament
I don't like
trophy.
that. I don't
because
like
he won the first
I don't like
one.
no, and I
So
get
it's
it. I get
like,
it. I get it. What's funny to me is that this is because you're gonna look at this probably like 15 years from now, right? We're gonna look at
yeah,
this 15 years from now, and if this has been going on for the next 15 years and it's really become a thing, they're going to look back at it and they're gonna look at the accomplishments of LeBron, and this will be on one of those notches where it's like, well, not only did LeBron go to the finals like 10, 11 consecutive times,
yeah.
but he also won the first in-season tournament. He also got the first
Mhm.
in-season MVP. And that's they're gonna start giving those accolades for that and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think that's kind of dope. And I like how the what was it? I think it's the final four, those points don't count towards
Not the
um
final four, it's just the final game.
oh okay. So the final game doesn't count toward those
Yeah.
points and
So
those
those
stats
so
don't
those
count.
those four turnovers Halliburton had don't count, man. He
Okay.
still win like
But I mean, but it's less for AD though, because you
that's what I'm saying.
dropping
40
yeah,
and
you drop
20.
40 and
But
20 is
those
crazy.
sports books was hitting, man.
Yeah,
God, yeah,
yeah.
man.
So I don't know, man. But I mean, at the overall question, was it a success? I think it was. I think it was.
Yeah, I think
I,
it
I think
was.
it was.
I also agree. I think it was on the fact that it brought a team that nobody truly looks at, an exciting team, an upcoming team,
Mhm.
and put them in a front stage where there's no other games but this one game playing. So everybody's watching this one
Everybody,
game.
yep.
So it's
National
like
televised.
it put them out there, and we got to think about it. You watching all the TV shows, and everybody sit there and say, like, these guys probably had like one, or I don't even think they had one nationally televised game scheduled.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So
But
it's like
they might have.
but so yeah, so
No,
they
yeah,
took the bull by the horns
yeah,
and they did their thing. So it worked for them, and it also worked to bring excitement to the game and had us actually sitting there watching and be like, yo, this is a product now.
yeah.
We had an early product now. We ain't just excited for the Christmas games, which they
Right.
have been like, whatever.
Yeah. But
So
I
it's just
think
like,
the Christmas games, what I don't like about the Christmas games is because they get announced so early in the season. So it's like we're looking forward to the matchup because of what happened last season. By the time we get to the
but
Christmas games, a lot of
everybody
the teams
injured.
are yeah,
It ain't the same.
it's not the same. So I do agree. I think that this does bring light. I think it was
And
a
then,
success, whereas not only it brought exposure to a lot of, like you were saying, a
yeah.
lot of players that we probably normally wouldn't normally watch it. Well, me and you are gonna watch because we have, league pass and everything.
Mhm.
But what about the people that don't have league pass? What about the people that wait for Saturday, Sunday for it to come on ABC, or
Exactly.
don't get ESPN, so they wait for like TNT, or who only have HBO
Mhm.
Max and the TNT games are being played on HBO Max right now. So it's a combination of both. It's give and take, and I think that is dope.
Yeah,
Hopefully, moving forward, this becomes more of a drawn out thing where it could be like, because I mean, you look at all these games, a lot of the games is real
yeah.
playoff atmosphere for
Mhm.
teams that are not going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah. And like one of the things, because one of the gripes, everybody was saying about it, because we talk about success of it, but we also got to talk about the negatives. The point differential is what everybody was talking about, how that looks toward the game. And I was really sitting here thinking, like, yo, one of the fixes they could do with that, and I'm just like, I don't know exactly, because I was thinking about it extending the tournament just a little to push it as the actual, Christmas type of thing. But I'm like, I know they don't want to lose that Christmas audience and they want the early seat. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
want that early bunch and they want that early views from the end season, then Christmas, and then the regular,
Well, I
and
think they should
playoffs.
move it back then. Move it back and have
Nah,
the finals on Christmas. That'd be fire
no,
because you have a
that's what I
guaranteed. Yeah,
mean. That's what I
yeah.
mean. But they don't want to lose, like, because you got to think
You
about it. You
don't.
got
Yeah,
in
because of the slate,
season,
the
and
Christmas
then you
slate.
got Christmas, and then you got All Star. They want to keep
Only thing I
those.
don't like
But
about that is because you still got other games being played from other. You got football. You got NFL
yeah,
being
I
played on
know.
Christmas. You got hockey being played on Christmas. If there's only one game, NBA game on Christmas, and you put it on a primetime event, it's going to first of all, it's competing with whatever primetime game is on, whether it be
Yeah,
hockey or football. If because football is usually it's either a Monday or Sunday, or a Thursday, sometimes a Friday, and that's only if Christmas falls on that day that football will be played
Yeah,
on that day. At that point, I get it. You want a full NBA slate. But if we're
but
talking about like, oh, the schedule, like, the calendar comes out, we see like
mhm.
Christmas is falling on like a Thursday or a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, etc. On Monday. Oh, we could do that. We could compete with them.
Yeah.
We could we
No,
we could or we could stagger it.
yeah, but that's exactly what I was sitting here saying, and I think it would be more beneficial because instead of doing point differential, you can actually do just your record by that time, like who has the better record. So instead of these teams fighting for a point differential,
Mhm.
you like the better team, like you might, you know what I mean? You might be have the same record, but the better team be like, all right, because this is gonna be a better product if the better team actually
Well,
gets in
they was
and
trying to do the
compete.
point differential like off of the Olympics though, right? Wasn't that like
Yeah, but
the
that's
whole
how
thing
group play always works. It does off a
of the
point
point differential?
differential,
But I do
but
like it
instead
off
of
the
having
overall record as well. Because
yeah,
you don't have to
instead of
do it off of the record that they currently have. You could do it off of their in-season record.
no, 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 no. It happens like that. The group play happens with the end season record. But what I
Mhm.
would say is the tiebreaker is point differential. That's why the Celtics
Oh,
were
okay, okay, okay,
fouling
okay, okay. Yeah, right, 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 right.
to get in. So instead of them having a foul, if they actually had a good record just in regular play, you would have the edge. So
I mean,
that's
and
why
that would give them more
extending it,
incentive too.
yeah, and then extending it a little longer so the records can actually start you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay. That makes sense.
and
I'm not
and
mad at
and
that.
then it would extend it into the Christmas thing. Like I was thinking, like it would extend it to Christmas, but I'm like, I watch the Christmas games, but it's really nothing as exciting as it used to be.
It's not.
It's
It's not.
not, and what happens? It also gives players off because now you don't have to schedule all these games.
And being that it's in Vegas, a lot of the players that are off, especially for Christmas, they're going to pop out in
Yeah,
Vegas. They're
exactly.
going to Vegas. Oh,
Like
I
let's
will.
go. Let's see the family. Like, let's go
Yeah, you
watch
know what I'm
this.
saying? Like, yeah, like and now it becomes a mini all-star event, in the essence,
Exactly.
because the players got off, they could actually go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Because I mean, you look at it, I think there was no games. There was no games that Saturday, and then what games started back up that Sunday. I mean, if you're flying
Yeah.
out, yeah, and on a Christmas, I mean, usually how they schedule the Christmas games anyway is they have a full slate on Christmas Eve, full slate on Christmas Day, and then there's no games the day after. So
Mhm.
if you schedule it that way, you could have I wouldn't do it back to back,
Yeah,
but
you can even still have Christmas. It's just tough to have Christmas. It's the
yeah,
scheduling to
that's
be
the only
there.
thing is the schedule.
Figuring that out because you would have, I don't know, yeah, figuring that out would be a logistical nightmare. But
I mean, but
come
even if
on,
you
you
have a
pay
Christmas
people
Eve game,
millions for
that'll be
this.
fire. That'll be fire. You could spend your Christmas Day as a champ. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has all
Mhm.
Christmas Day. There's no games, or you could go back to your full slate and all the games like that final game was Christmas Eve. So everybody, you could still have your Christmas slate on Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve, that's your champion. That's your in-season championship game. So that way
Yeah.
you can still have your NBA slate on Saturday. I mean on Christmas.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the tough part because if you schedule those slates, now if that team is actually in an in-season tournament, they have a
Yeah,
back to back.
that's tough. That's tough.
That's
Yeah,
what I really meant. So it's like
that's
it.
tough.
That's why I was like, yo, it could only be like in
You
season, but then
you know
it's
what
like,
I don't like?
no.
I don't like how the NBA doesn't have an option where flexing out of games. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
how
they
the
did
NFL.
that. They
Go ahead.
did that. They did that for this because the loser, whoever lost at one of the games, had to go play the Celtics. The Knicks, they had to go play the Celtics the next day.
Yeah,
And
the
if
next
and
day.
if Indy would have lost, they would have played Indy.
So that's what they should do then. Flex the games out. But yeah, that's gonna be logistical. You guys gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But
But
I
like I
mean,
said, they
it's
pay
not
people
impossible.
get paid thousands to
Yeah,
think
I mean, it's
this
not
come
impossible.
on, y'all can do
It's
it.
not
Somebody got
impossible.
a
Yeah.
bright idea.
I
I
mean, you
set
know
the
what I'm saying?
foundation. Y'all go ahead and you know what I mean. So
Or
if that
or
happens, I know y'all listening.
or hit our line and we'll do the work for you.
I'll
You know what
figure
I'm
it
saying?
out.
You
I
know,
promise you, I'll figure it
it,
out.
and we don't ask for much compensation.
No, just a couple
Yeah,
$100,000.
a
Nothing
couple hundred
major.
thousand. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing major.
Maybe
Nothing.
floor seats, go a couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You even gotta give me floor seats. I'll pay for it. Just give me the money.
oh man, let's talk about
Oh yeah,
hairband.
yeah.
My
I know
boy,
you was gonna say it
my
wrong.
boy,
I know you
my boy,
was,
Backstreet Boy, right now. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
He for the streets. He for the
Bro,
street. And he getting sassy too. He ain't sassy,
man,
dunking on
he is
people and saying, "Move out my way." My
talking
boy, he
crazy.
balling. He balling. You know what he look like right now with the headband?
What's up?
Carmelo.
What?
Yeah, man. Carmelo Anthony. Signature headband. Out there just working folks. You know what I'm saying? Put me one-on-one at ISO. I'm gonna show you what I do. I'm just saying, I'm not saying as far as like, style. I'm just saying like swag. You know what I mean? Like he rocking that headband with swag. Am I lying though? Am I lying? He not rocking that headband with swag. He don't
I
look.
ain't
He don't
gonna.
look like. He don't look like that one white boy in the YMCA where could ball and you hoping nobody pick him up just so you can be like, yo, you trying to play?
Boy,
Try to run real quick. You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
gonna
Run the
lie.
table, spin the
The
block.
reason that's what I'm saying. And the funny part, right, is when I was in the fire department training, we went to the YMCA. And shout out to Kenny. Kenny, he was on the show before. He had the same exact headband. He was bad though. Don't get me wrong, he's bad. He ain't no Luca. He was an energy player. He was like Kelly Olynyk. But
Okay.
that's the reason why I know it's a hairband and not a headband. Everybody keep calling it a headband. I'm like, yo, that's a white boy hairband. But headband, everybody call it headband. Headband, Luca,
headband
whatever.
to me. It's a Luca
go
Black,
crazy.
man. Luca should be walking around like Uncle Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying? With the black and mild and the cognac, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
he might as well the way he bullying people out there.
Nah, facts. He bullying people like he playing ball with a do-rag on.
But yeah, they're crazy. But let's get into this. You see, because we were just talking about the Lakers and their defense was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Going up against Luca is a different monster.
Nah, it's a different monster. They tried though. They tried.
Yeah.
They threw everything at him for 3 quarters. That fourth quarter, it was just we talk a lot about like who has a dog in him, who has that killer mentality, who has the Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luca's starting like before this season. We all knew Luca. He was nice. Like he had a little dog in him.
We had him in our MVP predictions early.
Facts. Right now, the way he looking right now, he look like Pitbull. He look like he straight dog. He don't care. He want to win. And I think a lot of that is also coming from Kyrie. I think Kyrie is igniting something in him that he didn't have anybody of Kyrie's caliber running next to him.
Yeah.
And now he does. I think that he sees and the way that this roster is structured around him, I mean, they're built right now. They're built to contend. They're built to. All right, who we gotta play? The Suns, cool. Clippers, not a problem. The Timberwolves, they're upstarts. I think we got them. Like they're built right now. They're good. We talked about it at the beginning of the season, and we had a lot of questions.
We talked about Luka. The rest of the team, yeah, like you said, they designed them fantastic around them, but it's still a team of two who we talk about Luka and Kyrie, because the rest of the players, they're playing their roles, they're playing their parts.
But that's what you need.
But it's just this but it's still like this heliocentric offense is the best offense that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these two taking turns and everything. And it's just like, in this day and age, the way Luka is, by the end of the season, we always wonder if he's still going to be the same Luka is today.
So you don't think he's going to have legs for the playoffs?
I'm not putting faith in it. I ain't going to lie to you. I am not. There's always going to be a lot of mileage on him going on. And I don't think he's going to follow through all the way. This is going to be a tough slate with these teams showing off and showing out that you have to play against with Denver. You got
all about Denver. I ain't even mentioned Denver, but Denver's gonna be
exactly.
tough. Denver's really gonna be
You
tough
got
because they got
Denver, you
bodies that
got
they can throw at you.
even like you said, Timberwolves, because you still have good defenders who could still keep, you know what I mean, be in front of him. He can't just Jaden McDaniels, he could kind of bully, but he's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
And it's tough, like it is tough because the same coverages that they was throwing at Halliburton was the same type of coverages they was throwing at Luka.
But
But
was just
Luka's 3 inches taller and
Yeah.
weighs a ton more than Halliburton, and so he could move at his own pace. Y'all can't force him to do what y'all want him to do.
He's gonna do what you want to do. Yeah.
That's exactly it. We seen him doing what he want to do. You seen that pass that he made right past Hachimura's face. He did a little behind somebody past Hachimura for the top of the key 3.
And that's what makes it tough to guard Luka, because not only can he score and you have the threat of him scoring, he's such a savvy passer. Like, and that's what's tough to guard. Is LeBron is tough to guard because of that. I mean, the no look pass that LeBron did with the no look and he was like he was directing traffic with his eyes, like that's tough.
Yeah.
And Luka's starting to see the little nuances that he has to do on the court to get his guys open. The looks, the moving you open, moving you, or even moving defenders out the way, because sometimes all it takes is you to look this way and the defender moves because he thinks the pass is going to come, and that split second gives Luka enough space to create and get off a shot. So I don't know, Luka's getting better, but like you said, I mean, I think that with the long season and you gotta I want to forget that Luka, honestly, technically he played half a season and he's coming into a season because he was just in FIBA Bowl. So at the end of the day, like he's still this it's a continuation. How much legs is he gonna have for the playoffs, being that not only is he playing a full season right now, but he played that full half season with technically a postseason. And that, and then on top of that, he still has to go into the postseason and play, and get 16 wins.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but I think he'll find a way, and then with hopefully Kyrie doesn't take too long to recover, because that's one of the major factors going into this, because you got to have somebody who can handle the ball and take some pressure off you, so you're not working as hard every night. But with Kyrie being gone, you're gonna have to work hard every night. And that's what he did last night. 33 and 17 is crazy. And the thing, like I was saying, with the Halliburton and Doncic difference is their weight, their height, but it's also the like we were saying, Indy hasn't been through this. Indy hasn't been through this. Luka has. So when they was throwing those doubles and they was just trying to get the matchups that they want, they started going him off ball, and he was setting the screens to get the matchups before he got the ball. So he was working a little less to get the ball. And those are the adjustments that these teams make because they've been here. They did that. So if let's say this was the in-season tournament champions, that's the type of thing you would have seen, and it could have possibly been Luka winning this.
Yeah, facts.
Because if they ran the same exact game plan defensively the Lakers did, and look how it turned out, and that's without a Kyrie. It's a 1-point win. With Kyrie, who knows?
I mean, you kind of touched on this earlier, but it's also the fact that experience. Hallie is not really experienced enough to see what personal adjustments you have to make on the floor, because sometimes it's not an X's and O's thing. Sometimes it's not a simple timeout that the coach could draw something up to try to scheme you into some easy points. Sometimes it's, what can I do on the fly to elevate my team and get an easy bucket. Luka's like you said, Luka's been thrown a lot of this stuff. Luka has been battle tested. He's been through a lot of this stuff. So when they throw double teams at him, he knows how to get out of a double team. He knows to look where is the double team coming from? Okay, this is where I need to go with the ball. I could always get it back. I can always, reset the offense. We're in a half court set. And then you have a great coach in Jason Kidd, who's gonna give you those pointers, who sees things from a point guard's perspective, who's gonna be like, well, look, obviously if they're coming with the double team here, they're probably gonna be shadowing, and they're gonna expect this guy to cover two people. So what you want to do is you want to look off one so you could go here. Boom. And that's what's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna set up. Hallie's gonna get there, but Hallie has to get that experience in order to get there. But this was a prime experience getting moment for him.
Yeah. And now he just got to watch the film, see how Luka handles it, see how some of the smaller guards, well, he's not a small guard, but some of the average height guards nowadays handles it, and watch some film, and he'll be fantastic.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine moving forward.
Luka
for MVP though. Oh man. Zion. You know what's funny? All right, so quick story. My mom, she's from New Orleans. I got a lot of family in New Orleans on my mom's side. Some of them relocated after Katrina. Some of them left to come back after Katrina. Some of them just never wanted to leave, even when Katrina was barreling down. Right? Yeah. So I got a lot of family out there. So I have this one cousin. She works at a restaurant. She says that she sees Luka. She sees Zion probably about 3 to 4 times a month in this one particular restaurant. Sometimes twice a week. Sometimes she won't see him for about 2 weeks, but she sees him at average 4 times a month. Now she says during the season, she sees him a lot less, maybe about 2 times a month, but he's still there. Now this restaurant, it's not really a restaurant. It's more of a cafe. And for all my New Orleans folks out there, Cafe Du Monde, they make really, really good pastries, right? Really good pastries. They're called beignets. They're basically donuts, or they're like a tie between donuts and funnel cakes, right?
Yeah.
That's like that's the best way I could describe it. They're like in between a donut and a funnel cake. Get a little powdered sugar on it and everything. Yeah, so he's dead. She says when he comes, he orders a whole big case, 30 of them joints, right? And he eats a lot before he takes that box and leaves. 4 times a month. 4. You know how many calories is packed in them things?
That's crazy.
You know how many calories? And this is and mind you, I'll show you after the episode. I'll send you the screenshot. But I'm telling you, like this is a fact. This is not something like made up or whatever. This is she knows him personally by he comes in, oh hi Zion, orders ahead, whatever. Yeah. This is crazy. So when we talk about commitment, that's not commitment.
Nah.
Yeah. You think? All right. Let's talk about the greats. Let's talk about the guys that are still in the league. I don't want to talk about the guys out of the league. Let's talk about the guys in the league. LeBron not making no stops. No pastry store 4 times a month. He's not doing it. And if he is, he's sending his wife to go do it. Or one of his assistants, and I guarantee it's not no 4 times a month. Guarantee it's 1 time, and it's just a treat. And majority of the time, it's probably for his kids more than it is for him. These guys are on strict regiment diets to make sure that their bodies can function at its highest level. They're also watching their weight because they want to be able to move. The thing is with Zion, let's say he takes 60 pounds off. I say 100, but let's say he takes 60 pounds off, right? Give him, drop him down to about 220, right? Around there. Okay. At 220, his explosion, his speed, the way that he could get to the basket, he would literally he'd be baby LeBron. He'd be unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Right now, he's stoppable because he's stopping himself. whole lot of arteries being clogged right now.
Yeah.
I don't trust Zion. I don't trust Zion. Zion should have never. If I'm the Pelicans owner, I'm not giving him that contract. I would have never gave him that contract. I'm signing you to a 1-year deal or you walk, and I'm gonna eat that because I don't trust him. He's shown it.
Yeah. Yeah, and to talk about that, he's 6'6", 284. That's massive. And
60
like you
pounds,
said,
bro.
his commit, huh?
60
Yeah,
pounds. That's all I have.
yeah.
60
I,
pounds.
I wouldn't even say 60 pounds because the thing about Zion, it's the speed and strength that makes him who he is. So he
Yeah.
doesn't even
He's
need to
dropping
lose.
60. I mean,
I
I
wouldn't
don't
even
want to say
say
60. I say
60
40.
because
I say
60 put,
40.
yeah, exactly. Like
I say
around
40.
30, 40. Get him
Yeah.
around 250.
Yeah.
Get him around 240, 250, something. You know what I mean? Manageable. But he, bro, you had to say that story, bro. That's crazy.
I was waiting for this
Um,
episode. I was gonna text you, but I was waiting for this episode, bro.
because I'm stunned. I'm
I
shocked.
was,
I don't even know what to say after that. Like that's
I was waiting for
crazy.
this
Because
episode.
even like you say, that's not commitment. Because even we have bodybuilders who have cheat days, and I understand cheat
They're not
days.
taking it
But
full
when
time,
you have,
bro.
yeah, and we in that order sounds crazy. But when you have an issue already, that's where you got to take it even further, and you have to slim down on the type of foods that you're eating. This is 2023 going into 2024. These guys don't have to order pizza from Domino's anymore.
Yeah,
You got chefs everywhere.
everywhere. You know what's crazy? They have the finest chefs in the world. LeBron. I guarantee you, LeBron's chef could chef him up the craziest thing that may look like it is just straight junk or whatever, but I guarantee you, it's healthy as hell.
Hmm. And that's the thing. I'm like, yo, you get paid enough to take this game serious. And I don't mean like serious as in like, oh my God, you so serious that you don't even like this anymore, but serious enough that yo, this pays the bills. This is fun, and you're getting paid to do it. So
Yep.
just take it a bit serious so you can keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because when this is over, it's like, what are you gonna have? You
Food.
got this paycheck now. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna blow it all on food, and next thing you know is we're gonna see you on the sidelines with former NBA player, not former NBA great or NBA legend, but former NBA player.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be sitting here looking like that boy from New York, Raymond Felton, man. That's what you're gonna be looking like.
Facts. Facts.
And
And
you're
it's
gonna be
crazy
like, what
because
happened?
you talk about former players, Charles Barkley and Shaq, they could afford to look the way that they look. They could afford to eat whatever they want to eat because they've already established their legacy in the league. They've already
Mm-hmm.
done everything. And you know, as Shaq would say, it was G5 classification information and stuff like he could say what he want to say because he's done it already. So who's going to listen to Zion if you know he gets out of the league in the next 6-7 years and this is all he had to show for it? They're gonna look at him like he's a has-been or a bust. In my
Exactly.
opinion, this is a bust. The Ja Morant and if we do the
This
redrafting on
whole
that,
redraft,
yeah, if I'm not picking Zion first, bro. I'm not.
Zion or John,
I don't know. I think I'll pick Ja.
characteristics.
Depending on organization, I would pick Ja. I would still get Ja.
But you gotta understand, he would be going to New Orleans.
Boy, that's why I said
Imagine him in New Orleans.
yeah, him and
That
Nolan.
would be even worse.
So RJ will go first then.
Nolan
and
the boys
Knicks
that
would have got
happened
their
to
wish and got
Memphis
Zion,
got him
and
turned up. You don't think Nolan would have
that'd been
turned
crazy.
up?
That'd been crazy.
Shoot.
Yeah, I ain't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta pick RJ. RJ, RJ going first. Yeah, that's
Like, and that's the
crazy.
crazy part because RJ isn't even that crazy good for you to look at this draft and be like, yeah, RJ got to be the best player just because he's level
Available.
headed.
And he's
Yeah.
available. That's the
Like, that's
crazy part.
crazy.
That's crazy because if we talking about talent wise, I'm taking Ja and Zion any day of the week. But if we're talking
Yeah.
about like commitment, work ethic, showing up every day, doing what he has to do to stay
Being a
consistent, to actually be on the
consummate
court,
pro.
and trying to get better every single day, I'm picking RJ.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I'm picking RJ. And that sucks, man. It sucks to say because these guys have so much talent. You look at Zion, Zion could be really, really amazing.
Yeah. And the
And it
fact
just feels
that
like when
he
you watch him, it looks like he's slow, bro. There's at
that
times where he looks fast, he could explode, he gets to the rim, great.
mhm.
Other times, bro, he looks out of shape, bro. It's like
Bro,
he
he
looks good in the
definitely
first
did.
quarter. In the fourth quarter, he just, like what's
And the
going on? Like,
and the thing about it is like the last game that you're thinking about, obviously he bounced back in Minnesota and went
yeah,
crazy, which
but the
is
last game I'm
crazy. It's
thinking about is
crazy
the
to see.
Lakers game.
But that's what we're gonna
Yeah,
hold. That's you know what I mean. In this day and age, you're not as best as your last game. You're best as your last bad game.
facts,
Unless you have a
facts.
crazy game. Like 30 points in this day and age is like, all right, 30 points. That's cool. That's
Dropping the
uptrend.
bucket. Yeah,
People are dropping 40, 50. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like if you went
yeah,
for 50, I'd be like, all right, whatever. You know, it might be something there. But you
yeah,
had LeBron age 38 or 39, whatever,
yeah.
grandpa in the league, looking like a better athlete than you, and you're like 20 something. That's bad.
He got you. He got
I
you beat by
understand.
20 years.
Yeah, I understand if he outskilled you, out mentaled you, but
Yeah,
out physical and out, you know what I mean? You can't
yeah,
have that.
yeah. That's crazy.
So
That's crazy. I
this
I don't know,
commitment,
man. Yeah.
0.
All right, man. Let's get into this bluster of well, let me go ahead and put this out there. Draymond he's being suspended indefinitely.
That
And
was tough.
he says that in order to come back, requirements need to be met by the league and team conditions before he can return from his suspension. And part of that is seeking anger management and counseling. My question is, why now? Honestly, this should have been done. This should have been done after the punch. After the whole punch situation, this should have been done. This is carried over. Like you and I don't want to make excuses for anybody in this situation, only because ultimately this is on Dre. Period.
Mhm.
But this is on the team too. You've enabled him.
Yeah.
You didn't do your due diligence after the punch. After the punch, oh, he's gonna take time away from the team and blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. No, we as a team are gonna suspend him indefinitely. He needs to go get anger management now. If he could do this to a teammate, this is the repercussions.
Anybody could get it.
That's what I'm saying. This is the repercussions. I think the only in his head, the only teammates off limits
Is the big three, man.
and Clay. Only teammates off limits. And if you mess with them, or if you mess
You're gonna
with
get
him,
a chokehold.
it's
He's gonna put you in a chokehold. Do you feel me?
it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable from top down, from the owner of the Warriors all the way down to Draymond as the player. It's you cannot. Last year was the time to suspend him indefinitely. Last year was the time to have him seek anger management. Last year was the time for him to get his mind right, because that punch already let you know that there was bigger issues that needed to be addressed because he attacked a teammate. It's one thing to attack an opponent. It's one thing. This is what he has been doing his entire career. He attacked the teammate. This is in house. Now it's an issue. If it wasn't an issue before, it's an issue now. You've enabled him. This is on the Warriors now. Like, I still fault Dre, but this is more on the organization than it is on Dre at this point.
No, I completely agree with you because that's where I was gonna go as well. That's where I was gonna go as well because it's like this stuff should have been handled from the league, from the team, even Draymond himself. Like your family, somebody got to be like, "Yo, bro, what is good with you?" A friend, a family, be like, "Yo, nah, you're for real." And it's like I understand we need you out there to win and everything, But it's like, yo, we need you at your mentally best where you could, you know what I mean? You could deflect some of these issues and situations and we could still be winning because right now, all it's showing is this is an organization and a team that's just allowing you to do what you want. You ascended, don't get me wrong, you ascended to a level where it's like, all right, we need you, but you also at a level where it's like, yo, you a detriment to the team. You ran off KD, ran Drake Jordan Poole, had his mental all messed up. You know what I mean? Like he was somewhere else anyway. But that punch didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't.
And now you've been ejected out 3 times in 15 games. Every 5 games you're getting ejected.
That's crazy.
Like that's the numbers. Every 5 games you're getting ejected. So, like you said, this should have been something that should have happened after the punch. He shouldn't have been making a video telling the world he apologized. He should have been on a couch talking to a psychiatrist, telling that motherfucker that he apologized.
Yeah. And
then apologizing to the team.
At this point, they need to have an intervention. Steph need to lock the doors and Kurt need to give a little speech or something. I mean, this is man. Let me ask you a question. These antics is happening if Stern was still commissioner?
I don't know. It might be even worse. I don't know. But Stern was strict. But I don't know if the league would even be where it was without Adam Silver.
I mean, I think Adam Silver definitely progressed. I think
Stern, he wouldn't be having this. He wouldn't be having this because he definitely got the league out of a crazy place where everybody was fighting.
Yeah, facts.
So I don't think this would have flew. But how much games because we see the word indefinitely.
Yeah.
How many games we talking about, you thinking? Because I know it's indefinite, but I know the league has a number because he could go ahead and do all this stuff, being whatever he got to do for a week, get that out the way and be back. You know what I mean?
I'll say
so. How many games?
I say 15. 15 is about a month. 15 games is about a month. So I'll say 15.
Yeah, I would say I was just anywhere between 15 and 25. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not mad with 25. I mean, I was putting Ja got 25.
Down. Yeah, 25 was my thing. I was putting my foot down because they let you slide already.
Yeah.
And now you continuing to do this and you cold cop that punch.
Yeah, it was a
swing.
It was more like a backwards karate chop. But but he wound up though. He wound up.
You wanted to hit him. Hey, I don't care what he say, how he wanted to twist it.
Yeah.
Come on.
He wanted to hit him. He did.
Nurkic just like a 7-1. You're 6'6".
He didn't know what was going on. He thought he was playing great defense. He was confused.
And don't get me wrong. Nurkic is one of the cleanest, dirtiest players out there. He's gonna do his little dirt. And I'm sure that's what got the Draymond that got him, hooked off on. But it's like, he's within the, the means. Now, Draymond, you going crazy out of the way with that. So it's like, but like I said, I made this title as a Warriors fan, but he's killing his dynasty. This is already bad enough that these players are building bad, and this window is absolutely shrinking already.
Yeah, it is.
But now without you there, and even with Steph Curry he said, together they're who they are. When you're missing a piece of that puzzle, then they're not the same team.
You know what's crazy?
But go ahead.
They were 6-2 before the first suspension. He comes back. He leaves. They've lost 10 out of the last 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
They started the season 6-2. They was second in the league.
Even though everybody was playing bad,
they was still 6-2 to start the season. You start the season off 6-2, you have a better chance in with your wins and your losses. So let's say
Mhm.
out of those the next 14 games, Dre is there. They're winning more than half of those.
Yeah.
So let's say 14, let's say they win 8 or 9 of those games. So in that stretch, you went, let's say 9-6, right? Or 9-5, right? You went 9-5 in that stretch. Okay,
15-7.
so now you're
15-7.
15-7. Yeah. So look at the situation we're in. 15-7 right now will put you, hold on. 15-7 right now will put you tied for second with the Thunder
Mhm.
currently.
And
So
then you got to think about it. They played the Thunder like 3 times. So you could have won those. You know what I mean? Truly
yeah,
won those games. So you could have been a second.
yeah, right now, currently, you could be right. You could be a couple of games behind the Timberwolves.
So the
But
narrative isn't the dynasty being over because of this. Is y'all
I mean,
still got a
very
chance?
well. This I don't think they have a shot after this year. I'm gonna keep it a
Yeah.
whole stack with you. I really don't.
No, yeah, I'll keep it a stack. Yes, especially with Clay's diminishing value right now.
Clay
Trey,
Clay is playing unconfident. Let's keep everything in perspective.
100%.
Clay is playing unconfident. Steph is trying to do everything to will his team to win.
Mhm.
CP is just not built for the system that they need to run. Um, he's not.
I
He's
want to
not.
say
He's
not
not. He's
built.
not, bro. He's not. I want to say he's not built for it, but he's not the correct player for this system. He's not. Can you insert him and absolutely have him run the minutes and have him be in that de facto Dre figure off the bench? Yes, absolutely. Because of his IQ, because of his passing ability. But he is not. He is not the player that they need to come off that bench. They needed somebody like a Jordan Poole. This is where this goes back to the draft where they whiffed on Melo and got Wiseman. Wiseman ended up being a bust. You ended up trading him. Melo ends up being one of the best players in that Charlotte has ever seen. Let's keep it a buck. Best
Yeah,
player that they have ever seen, ever. And I put Larry Johnson in that conversation. Muggsy Bogues, I put all of them in that conversation too. Because at the end of the day, did Larry Johnson ever do as much as Melo is doing right now for the organization, for the money that he's bringing in, the revenue? People
mhm.
wasn't coming to Charlotte to see Muggsy Bogues and and Larry Johnson. They came to see Larry Johnson after when he came to the Knicks, and that was only because Ewing.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, like you whiff on Melo, and arguably you could have had Melo and Poole.
which I say
Then
you could.
you could have traded Poole, and Melo is just successor to Steph. So it's I don't know. I mean, that organization it just has not been the same. And I get that they're banking on a lot of different things like Steph, like a healthy Clay, but in my opinion, Clay's not healthy. And when I say healthy, I mean mentally. He's not.
Yeah,
He's not. He's a shell of the player because he's lost his confidence. You could see it. You could see it in shots that he know. Bro, when have you ever seen Clay whiff on a 15-footer? Like a easy 15-footer, rise and shoot, and he's whiffing on it.
and
I've never seen this.
and when you say that with Clay, it's not even just about him missing these shots. It's about his attitude after he missed these shots. He got shoulders down, head down. He's already getting back on defense. He's not confident where he takes them like, yo, all right, once this one goes in, then I can start building confidence instead of shooting with confidence.
Yep.
So you can go ahead, but
He's
that's just one
broken.
thing I always see with
Yeah.
him.
It's just he looks broken. He doesn't look confident. He looks like, and it's not like, okay, maybe he lost a step. Nah, I really don't think it's that. When you're not playing confidently, you're not moving to the best of your ability. Like that's just
Mhm.
a fact. And as a shooter, as a pure shooter, you have to be confident. Okay, this one is not going in. Okay, cool. The next one will. Like, you heard a story about Stephen in college. He missed like 20 in a row. But he
Yeah.
said, why you kept shooting? Because I knew that the next one was eventually gonna fall. That's the confidence you need. And Steph still has that mind state, and Steph don't care. He's gonna let it fly. That's what I don't know where that confidence went with Clay, but that confidence is gone. Then
Yeah.
you got Kerr not playing guys that need to be played, like Moody, like Kuminga, like I could go down the list of guys that should be seeing playing time, but that are not seeing adequate playing time. So Kerr is doing a horrible job with mismanaging minutes, pulling guys when they get hot in favor for the vets to finish the game. No, leave the young guys in, let them get more experience. It's still early in the season. And at this point, you got to see what you got anyway, because you don't even know if you're going to be able to make you right now. You don't know if you're bound for the play-in, and that's being generous. Like right now, if the season ends right now, they're outside looking in with the Rockets. This is the reality that they're in right now. And then you're banking on Steph to, I don't want to say Steph is injury prone, but bumps, nicks. It happens throughout the season.
Yeah,
Steph's not playing 82 games.
Yeah, I can't even think what time Steph ever played 82 games.
You know, and
we even talk about old man.
At his age, you don't want him to play 82 games. You want him to play a solid 70. A solid 70 in that area in range. I'll settle
65 mark. Yeah, I'll settle 65 mark, so you can you can make all NBA teams and all that good stuff.
But I want him around 70. He's not. You're not gonna the way that they're going right now. He's not making it 70 games, bro. He might not make the 65. He's pushing himself too far, and he's not getting help.
Tax way too much, and it's just like.
And then you got Draymond.
You got it's a lot going on. You got Wiggins who's playing like absolute
Wiggins.
So it's
Wiggins I even want to get into Wiggins. Wiggins look the same thing like Clay. He does not look confident. He's not driving. He's not cutting. He's not doing the things that he's usually doing, bro. He looks like a shell of himself too.
And it's like, y'all went from being the best 5-man unit to just being who are these guys? We don't even know who these guys are. We don't know who any of them are. And if they would have hadn't traded them, well, you at a point where it's like nostalgia and all of that. You're like, damn, we don't want y'all to not be Warriors, but like, sure, the organization at some point they got to do what's best for them, because after y'all, then what?
You gotta do what's best for Steph right now. And if it's trading the pieces away and getting guys around him so that you guys could capitalize on his window, or trade Steph to a contender.
Getting a Siakam. Said trade Steph. Ain't nobody doing that.
Nah, ain't nobody trading. I would never trade Steph. But what I'm saying is do the right thing by Steph.
You losing your job.
What's up with these refs though? Can we talk about the refs?
As you see in the title, man, these refs are going for the MVP, bro.
The refs, they said, "Hey, we're part of the game too, guys.
Don't forget about us.
Don't forget about us." Now, there's one in particular that I do want to talk about. I don't really want to get into the Joker, because he got ejected 2 times in like the past 2 weeks, and both of them was bogus. But I mainly want to focus on the Trey one, because I think that was the game where I was like, nah, the refs is like, y'all you're allowed to be emotional on the court. You're allowed to disagree with a call. You're allowed to voice your displeasure. And as long as it doesn't go over the threshold, as long as you're not, verbally attacking a ref, you should be able to say your piece. And that be that. And I felt like in that situation with Trey, that's what he was doing. His coach stepped in. He was, he had his back as a coach should.
Yeah.
He got teed up too. Then you tee him up 2 times. He's already aggravated at the situation. You tee him up the first time. So he's visibly upset. His teammates is already, trying to calm down the situation. Let them calm down the situation and keep it going. Like, let them play ball. He gonna get back on the court. He gonna go back right on offense or defense, whatever it is. But no, I'm gonna call another T. Not even 10 seconds after the first T. Like the back-to-back T's is coming too quick.
Yeah.
Give him a warning. Slow your roll, buddy. Call the next T. You out of the game. I don't want to hear nothing else. Let it go. You don't want to let it go? Then another T. But no, y'all soft. Refs are soft.
Yeah. And like you said, these players are allowed to show emotions. That's what we go to the games to see. We go to games to see these. The emotions is what make players play better.
Facts.
You know what I mean? When they're emotionally invested into the game, it makes them play better. Some play worse. You know what I mean? You could play on that. You know how some people do, but they play better. But we came to see their emotions. Like the only people who should be out there damn near emotionless is the refs. You shouldn't be taking too much of what they say or what they, you know what I mean, or how they move. Like, oh my god, like let's say I'm gonna, kill you or something, then I'll be like, damn, you wilding now.
Yeah. We're not doing too much, man.
And I can understand, you might not like how a player come about. You know what I mean? He might be a little more sarcastic than you enjoy. You don't even take that from your kid, but guess what? This ain't your kid.
Facts.
This is an NBA player who was getting paid more than you. Everybody came to see him, and it's just like, now I paid my ticket, and this guy played 15 minutes. I watched him play 15 minutes, and now he's in the back.
Yeah, hit the showers early. And that sucks. Especially if it's a star player. You got throwing out Joker, throwing out Trey, throw out CP3.
Tatum, because Tatum started last year with Tatum. It was everything.
Brown just got thrown out recently. So I mean, you're throwing out star players. You're not throwing out bench players who nobody really came to see. Nobody got their jersey. You're throwing out people that everybody came to see. I paid good money to have these floor seats so they could run past me and give me and hopefully I get a high five. You know what I'm saying? Like I came to see Trey. I want to see Trey do a Trey. You feel me?
I ain't come to watch Boston to see Sam Hauser. Like, you know what I mean? Sam Hauser's in for Jason Tatum now. Like,
yeah, come on, man.
You come for that?
Come on, man. I ain't fly out to Denver. I'm not in Denver on vacation
to see Reggie Jackson.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't even know Joker's backup. That's I gotta watch him now. Like
I gotta watch DeAndre Jordan. That's what you telling me?
That's his backup? Nah, bro. I want my money back. Yo, I feel like if that's the way it's gonna be, then NBA should start giving refunds. If I'm a fan, I'm complaining. If I went to that game and you threw him out because he was emotional, because he was showing emotion, because he disagreed with the call, and I only got to see him play for 10 minutes before you got in your feelings, I want a refund. I ain't come here to watch everybody. I ain't come here to watch these guys. This is my favorite player right here. I wanted to see him.
I probably took a night off from work or just got out of work, had to run home to get here, and I still got to go to work early in the morning, so I'm not even getting my adequate amount of sleep just to see these guys.
Facts.
Some of them might even be
save up all year just to go to one game, and now they can't see their favorite player.
Screw that.
It sucks, man. It sucks. I feel it for the players, but I more feel it for me, the fan.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this game because I want to see guys that really don't get no PT.
Exactly. I ain't coming to see no refs. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a few refs though. They started adding them lady refs though. I might have looked at them, but
she can see me up anytime. You know what I'm
saying? Give me a Flagrant Two.
I'll take a Flagrant 4.
I'll take the Flagrant.
But nah, man, I don't like it, man. I don't like that. the
Nah, the
refs are
refs
kind
are
of
being a
dictating
huge
outcomes
part.
of games right now. And then a lot of the calls, I'm not agreeing with a lot of the calls, and I get it. Being a ref is a tough job, but so is being a doctor. So is being a lawyer. So is being a police officer. Like they got tough jobs too. But guess
Mhm.
what? They probably wish that they could be in your position because you're actually on the court running up and down, and you get to watch a game that the world loves, and you get to see it live in person in front of you,
And
and
get
you're just
paid to do it.
and get paid to do it, and get paid to do it, and get paid to do it. Tough,
Yeah.
tough. Power rankings, power rankings. You got yours ready?
Yeah.
All right, you do
I
yours
got
first.
mine's
I,
mine's a
I,
simple, you know what I mean? Because I'm
I
a
don't got my 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10. I got my first six.
all
I
right.
got
I'm
one.
gonna start with number one. I know it might be a surprise. It's really not a surprise. This is the number one defense in the league right here. They got the best record in the league.
The
That's
Timberwolves.
sitting at 17-4. Yes, the Timberwolves,
17 and
man.
5. 17 and 5, my
Seven.
man.
I
17 and
mean,
5.
technically,
17 and
when
5.
the rankings happen, it was technically like,
It's all good.
they,
Nah, you good though.
you
You
know what
good.
I mean?
Yeah,
During that
yeah,
week it
you good.
was, but they 17-5 now. Zion did his thing. But yeah, this is still one of the best defensive teams.
Yeah.
And they
With
putting them
some with
numbers.
one of
They
the best young players right now. And
exactly.
Edwards.
And they going crazy, you know what I mean? And then
Yup.
after that, KP came back. We're gonna if we include in this week, KP came back and he was looking fantastic. And we're gonna talk about Boston Celtics for number two. I think, yeah, they took a little dip
A little bit.
because they ain't been look. That basketball we want to see them play. They've been, you know what I mean? They lost
Yeah.
to the Indiana Pacers. I'm sorry.
Without
I ain't
KP
trying to
though.
say nothing.
Without KP. KP.
Hey, but still, you still have four of your five starters, and then
Yeah.
you bringing in your old head and Al Horford in, who still play solid minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, you still got those. So you got to give me something. It's no way. You telling me, all right, cool, you lost a 20 and 10 guy, but the rest of your team can't make up for this? What are you going to
Yeah.
do in the
No, I agree.
playoffs? Because it's not guaranteed you're going to have them all playoffs. All the KP is injury prone.
Facts.
So what are you going to do? You got
Facts.
to come out and show that you could do that. So that's that. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, they've been slipping a little too much. I was gonna say Denver, but I'm gonna go OKC right here.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm gonna go OKC. They've been playing fantastic. They beat the Warriors. There ain't nothing to talk about, but they came back and they've been showing grit and grind in all these wins. SGA's been showing MVP candidate type numbers.
Yeah.
My
SGA
boy
going
going
crazy.
crazy, and then
Yeah.
Chet being the most efficient rookie you've ever seen in your lifetime. Ain't showing up on the defensive side. This
Talk
unit has
about it.
been moving. This unit has been
Talk
moving
about
as a team, and that's what I'm going with. I wanted, you know what I mean? Because, and like I said, Denver, I'll put them at 4.
it. Okay.
They are still, and it's just like, with just some slippage. Jokic has been playing as well as he should. You know what I mean? As we're used to how he
And
started,
they
and
get
their
thrown
team
out.
has been losing. Yeah, so it's just like
Yeah.
I had to drop them to that
Okay.
and put OKC over them, just for this week, And then the
Okay.
Sixers, I got to go with the Sixers. They still going to be a consistent 5. That's the way I had them. Like I think last week either 4 or 5,
Yeah. Yeah, you
but
did.
it's around that number. So the Sixers is really nothing you can say about the Maxi and Joel and B going crazy. Joel still has one of the top performances of the year already with a 50 ball. I know it was against Washington, which we gotta talk about Washington. I don't know why I'm gonna end it. We're gonna end it and I'm gonna talk about them real quick. And then next I had the Bucks because they've been showing and playing ball like they should. Giannis have been putting up a crazy bid this year where
Yeah,
he got to be in the MVP talks. I know we got top 3 with SGA and all of them,
I'm not mad
Luca,
at that. Yeah,
but
he's in the
he's
conversation.
definitely in that top 5. He's
Yeah,
going crazy. He's going crazy. And then I want to throw the Lakers in here. They just won the first ever. And throughout that run, they
what's that?
looked
7?
fantastic. Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
number
6 or 7?
7.
7. Okay.
That's 7. Yeah. They looked fantastic defensively. And even though they lost last night to the Dallas Mavericks, it still was a 1-point game. It was a tough game. Luka had to go crazy for them to actually win that. So we got to take away from that, but
I'm not mad at that.
I still like it.
Okay.
And I still want to go. I'm gonna go Kings here. I'm gonna go Kings here. De'Aaron Fox is a bonus. Since they came back, they've been playing good.
Yeah, they've been bowling,
They've been
especially
balling. I think
Spiker.
that's
He's been bowling. Spiker been
one of the
bowling.
top tandems in the league, right there. The top duos.
I agree.
And then I'm gonna go to Magic because they still got stuff to fix, bro.
They do,
But
but
they still
bowling.
ball, and that's
Yeah,
the thing. They got stuff to fix, but they are still balling, and you can't take them out of that. And then I'm gonna go with the runner-ups, Indiana Pacers, because they had a crazy week through that tournament and all of that. Well, I gotta put him number 10. Halliburton's crazy. Those turnovers didn't count, so he's still like 0 turnovers. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go at number 10 with the Indiana Pacers.
Mine's a little different. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know. I'm glad it
I got
is.
so 1 and 2. I'm gonna switch. I had the Celtics 1. I'm not taking anything from the Celtics, and I'm not gonna take anything from the Timberwolves. I think that they have been playing really, really good, but both got the same record. I like the Celtics a little bit more, exactly everything that they've been doing and that they are doing. I just feel like they're just a little bit more consistent in what they're doing. So I'm giving Celtics the edge. Celtics got 1, Timberwolves at 2. At 3, I'm gonna go Thunder. I like Thunder. I like how they playing. First of all, we've been raving AGA all year long.
But you came aboard. You came
Yeah, I
aboard.
mean, I just
You
said
came.
he wasn't. I said he wasn't a
I'm
superstar, and
with you though.
I need to apologize for my outburst. I need to apologize for the words that I
Yeah.
said at the beginning of this season. Without a doubt, hands down, SGA is a bona fide superstar. So I take that back. I said that he was just a star. He ain't ascended to superstardom as of yet. No, he's a superstar. So I'm gonna put the Thunder at 4. I got the Mavs at 5. The reason why I got the Mavs at 5 is because Luca. Luca's just he's willing them to win. They're doing the role players are doing all the dirty work, and Luca is controlling that engine, and he's making it go. So I got the Mavs at 5. I got the 76ers at 6. 76ers at 6. That's a ball. Let's see. Now I got the Bucks at 8. No, 7. I got the Bucks at 7. I got the Nuggets at 8. Nuggets drop down. I got the
That's a
Lakers.
far drop.
It
Damn.
is. It is. I got the Lakers at 9, and I got the
Okay.
Magic at 10. And the only reason
Nice.
why they get the nod over Indy is because they've been a little bit more consistent this year. I know that Indy, they got to the tournament finals and they played fantastic up until that point, but Magic has been a lot more consistent with defense, with how they've been playing ball. I just like that they're another team, a young team that should have a spotlight on them.
Yes.
Indy deservedly got the spotlight on them, but Orlando's another team that really should have a spotlight on them. Those young boys, they're coming together. They're bowling. They're not gonna do too much this year, but if they do, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
But to be fair, also too, I had like the Mavs right outside. They were right there to being in the top 10 for me for this week.
I'm not mad at that.
But
I'm not
you
mad.
know,
I
you know
think
what I
it
mean? Like,
could go either way. But this is why we
yeah.
do this. This is why we do this. You know, everything is subjective. You know, but yeah, I'm not mad at your list. You know, even though mine's a little bit better, but I ain't mad
Oh
at it.
Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh man. All right. We got like 2 more minutes before we get out of this episode. You got anything you want to
Yeah,
bring up?
yeah. Man, what was I just saying? Oh, I did want to bring up for a second.
Oh, you wanted to bring up the Wizards.
Oh, the Wizard. Yeah, this is it. The Wizards. It's all these bad teams. It's not just the Wizards. It's all these bad teams, and you know the Wizards is one of the worst bad teams
You talking
with
about the
Detroit
Pistons, the
and San
Wizards,
Antonio.
San
But the thing
Antonio.
about it is, I don't know why when they play against some of these top teams, why are these teams having trouble with these guys? These games don't just be blowouts when they play against them. These are close games. And that goes to show you no matter how dysfunctional a lot of these teams are, they are still NBA players and NBA stars out here.
No,
Hey, maybe not just stars, but NBA players who raised to a certain level where if they play against me, they probably 21 zip me. I could probably get a lucky basket.
Or maybe it's just teams playing down to their competition.
That could be, but they've been playing.
They haven't
Like,
won
you
them.
know what I mean?
They haven't won these games.
They haven't. But
so that's what I'm saying. They could just be playing down to the competition.
These are still close games, even though they're going crazy on them.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because Embiid had a 50-point game on. Embiid had a 50-point game on them, and they still only won by like 5.
Yeah,
it took a 50-point game from Embiid for them to win. Giannis and them had a dog.
When you watching the game, did you ever question it? Like, they're gonna lose this game. Did you ever question it?
That's because Embiid was going crazy. If Embiid wasn't going crazy and just had a regular night,
you would have questioned it.
That's what you would question. If Embiid would just went for 30 points, now that game is different.
Okay,
but going for 50, it changes. It keeps them above.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
So I'm just saying, I just find it funny that it is crazy that these high teams, these talented teams, are actually going against some of these teams. You know what I mean? When you think of Phoenix, they went against San Antonio, a close game, and lost.
Yeah, I mean, look at
like, yo,
they're playing. The Lakers play the Spurs tonight, and 122-119.
Look at this. What's going on? We need to. Every team can play.
Yeah, every team.
Even though they suck, they're losing. They're still playing.
Yeah, they bowling.
And I like it. I like it. I like that they give an effort. These bum teams. I don't care. The bottom of the barrel teams are giving effort, and they're fighting every day to make even the tough teams have to fight with them and keep their stars in playing 40 minutes so we could see them play.
Oh yeah. By the way, I know. I said that KD was gonna be back Friday. He's actually back tonight.
Is he really?
Yeah, the big three are playing tonight. Bill, Booker, and Bill playing right now, and they're down by 1 against the Nets currently.
But the Nets is one of those teams too. They in the middle of the pack, but they're one of those teams you don't look at like, oh man, this is a real team. But they go crazy.
Ain't no scrubs.
They are not. That whole team
no
is.
over there.
And the thing about it, they're a collection of all role players that if they was elsewhere, would look fantastic on those teams.
Yeah, because they don't got no stars.
They don't. And if you put Mikal Bridges anywhere else, you're like, oh wow, this is the best third option in the league.
Facts, but he's like a number 1 option over there. That's kind of like,
and he's still going crazy. But it's just like, yo, if you were somewhere else where there's somebody else elevating that more.
Oh yeah, facts, without a doubt.
Elevating the ceiling of the team more. It's like, yo, damn.
Without a doubt. The Nets are going to be that team that just overachieves just because they have a collection of really good role players.
Above average role players.
Yup. It's going to be one of those
teams. If Cam Thomas was coming off of somebody's bench as a 6-man and truly chucking up every shot.
Crazy.
He'd be going for 20 minutes every day.
I'm trading. If I'm the Warriors, I'm trading for Cam right now. Right now. Maybe Clay will get his confidence back, man. Anyway,
Anyway, that's our episode, man. You already know the vibes, man. Like, share, sub, or all the above. Tell everybody about us. Your mama,
yes,
your grandmama, your father, everybody. Come and watch the show, man. We love y'all.
A lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Everybody. I need the cousins, the extended cousins, the aunties, the uncles. Everybody pull up.
And hit that notification bell so you can be notified on all our new videos, man. Catch y'all next week.
Hi.